Good morning. I want to talk through a little bit about Chapter 4 first, and then I'm going to talk through this assignment for Chapter 4 because it's a little different than some stuff we've done so far. First and foremost, congratulations. You are done with the first part of The Other Wes Moore, so you're about a third of the way through. So yay, good for you. Chapter 4 is the first chapter in Part 2. So Part 2, if I remember correctly, is something along the lines of second chances and last chances. So one of my favorite lines that comes from the introduction to Part 2 says, sometimes it's hard to distinguish between second chances and last chances. And so to me, that really speaks to what is to come in the next few chapters of the book. This idea of both of the Wesses really getting multiple chances to do things right. And sometimes they do the things right, and sometimes they don't. Chapter 4 is one of the last chapters, in my opinion, that we really see a lot of similarities. Like right now, we're really still seeing the other Wesses live somewhat similar lives, making somewhat similar choices. Soon enough, you're going to see that their paths start diverging and they start to really go in different directions. And we'll discuss, and I'll have you write about why you think that is, what things happen in their lives to make their paths go on those different journeys, I guess. I want you to think about in this chapter, as I have asked you to do really throughout the entire book, because I think one of the most important things about this book is to consider what factors influence both of the Wesses' lives. You can think about their parents, their siblings, their schooling, their personal choices, their neighborhoods, etc., etc. So just be paying attention to that as you read. Next, I want to talk about the assignment. So this assignment is called Draw Something. The point of this assignment is just to give you something to be looking for as you read, without having to answer reading questions, because I know that gets boring, and I know you've done a lot of those, and so I really appreciate your work. So for the Draw Something, you're going to take a piece of paper and fold it into 8 sections. You can also do this online. You could do a Word document and just divide it with lines. You could do a PowerPoint that has 8 slides on it. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm just a paper person, so that's my choice. So I divided it into 8 sections. This is for chapter 3, so these page numbers are different. But my page numbers I put up here at the top. You will notice on the assignment on Schoology, the Draw Something assignment, that it's going to give you the page numbers that you need. There's a list of page numbers for if you're using the PDF, which is the online version of the book. There's also a list of page numbers if you're using the hard copy, because they slightly vary. So what you're going to do, for example, when I did this for chapter 3, I read pages 46 and 47. Then I stopped and I thought back to those pages, what I just read, and I thought, what is a main idea? What's a big thing that happened in that section? Very importantly, you're going to find multiple main ideas, so just choose one. You don't need to put down every single thing that happened. I just want one main idea from that section to see that you're comprehending the reading and that you are able to pull kind of what's important about each section of page numbers. You will notice you do not need to be a good artist to get a good grade on this. I am not grading your artistic ability. That is why I want you to have a caption at the bottom of each of your pictures, because in case maybe your art is not fabulous, like mine is not fabulous, I just want to make sure that I'm understanding what you have drawn, essentially. So that's why those captions are important. As always, let me know if you have questions about that. I know it's a little bit, like I said, kind of a unique assignment, maybe, or maybe you've done it before, who knows, but it's definitely different than what we've done so far. So if it's confusing, please reach out. You can always email me. You can Teams call me. Remember that we will be seeing each other on Friday for our Friday online class. I'm really excited to maybe see some of your faces if you're willing to turn on your cameras, but at least maybe hear some of your voices and get to interact with you in that way. So I look forward to it. And certainly if this does get tricky or you want to ask clarifying questions but you don't want to email me or something, you can definitely ask during that Friday Teams call. Happy reading, and thanks for watching.